Y'all, it is fall season, and I know those holidays are right around the corner, so I am chopping veggies today. We made gumbo together earlier, and we've got that in the pot on low, so it gives us some time to chop some more of those veggies. I buy them all at one time, bring them home, wash them, chop them one time. Then during the holidays, all I've got to do is get them out and put them in all my dishes, right? I love to load them up, too, to freeze them. Now, that is what I do with them, is I freeze them, yes. And I load them in 1 cup increments, okay? Isn't that wonderful? So now, I know that I have 1 cup of yellow bell pepper chopped in here, 1 cup in there. I'm gonna do some red bell pepper and some orange and some green the same way. I've got me 1 cup of green onions. I do that with celery. I do it with white onion if I need to. White onion, you know, he'll last for a while in your pantry, so I don't worry about him as much. But this gets a lot of our chopping done and out of the way, and then we're not stressing so much during the holidays. So I love to do that. And so I thought I'd hop on here and share that little tidbit with y'all, because I just really, I always thank myself for doing it later in the year when the holidays are hitting. I'm like, oh, Amy, bless your heart, girl. You've been chopping for yourself. I'll slice that top off. Save him, stick him straight in your stocks, or you can freeze him later to put in there. And then I'll also cut the bottom off as well. Same thing, stocks or the freezer for stock. I'll use my blade to go along those little veins in there and cut it loose, that middle part, just like that. And then it will just pull out of there, like that. Finish getting the vein out. You can knock out any seeds like that. Use the back of your blade to clean on your board so you won't dull your knife blade. And I'll slice it in half. And if there's still a lot of that white vein, I'll go along like that and just cut it off the top there, just like that. They'll be nice, pretty pieces. Then you simply cut it in little sticks. And then turn it and chop it. Keep your fingers tucked. Keep you a little garbage bowl is fantastic. I'm going to go on and cut that end off as well. And in half it goes. And now I can peel this outer peeling very easily, just like that. You come on too, buddy. You look a little dried out. Looking a little dry. There we are. And you. And now I'm going to put my hand up like this. See, my fingers are up and out of the way, okay? And I'm turning my blade sideways right here with this half down. And I'm just going in almost to the back, but not all the way, so it'll stay together, okay? Just like that. Y'all see that? Then I'll turn it. Again, not all the way to the end, just almost. And I'll slice down a few times this way. Oh, it's getting sad up in the kitchen. And now I'm chopping against that. And we'll have our chopped onion. Getting sad because I'm tearing up. And then at the end, I'll just turn him over and finish him off just like that. And you. I have also got me, I love to put green onions in my anything. This is going in gumbo today. I have lots of them I'm going to chop, but some of them I will freeze for the holidays as well. soups. Oh my goodness, I put it in all kinds of stuff. I've lined them up. I'm going to cut those little bits with the roots on off. That's all. And now I'm simply going to keep my fingers tucked and chop like that. Just like I was doing. There we go. If you want to chop some on the bias where they look real pretty for topping any of your soups or gumbos with, we will do that way as well. Again, I'm going to take those tippy and roots end off. And now I'm simply going to turn my blade like crisscross into it. The first few chops you're going to make, it's not going to be that pretty bias, okay? They got to take one for the team so we can get to the pretty slanted part. There we go. Keeping my fingers tucked up here and inching out of the way. We're going to slant just like that. Do you see how pretty those are and slanted? Those are real pretty for topping. And then when you're scraping your veggies on your board, don't use your blade because you'll make it dull. Use the back of your knife, just like that. The only other thing I want to show you is the celery. I washed it really, really good down in there, but the end is a little bit yucky looking. You know how it dries out in the store. So again, I just chopped that very tip end off, and then the very bottom at the roots as well. And I always think that looks like a beautiful little flower. And this has got some veins running in it. Strings is what we call them, you know, back here. And it might be a little stringy on you. So what I do, and I hope y'all can see, I'm taking my blade at a slant. I'm kind of going almost to the back where I get on these strings. And you see how I can pull them off now? Just like that. See all these little strings? Sometimes they just get in our way. Okay, I did that from that end, so then I'll come back. I'll kind of go on one side and then the other side and get the strings. Just like that. That just makes it a little better. Now I'll put my celery down and I'll slice it in half. Then again, I'll slice that in half, and see, now I can make a whole lot of chops. Tuck in my fingers. Whole lot of chops at one time. Just like that. You can even put the little leaves in there. They're beautiful flavor. They're a little bit different. So I believe we will. They're a fresh flavor, I guess. I'm trying to think of how to describe it to you. One last thing I want to share with you. My freezer can get tossed about during the holidays and I'll lose all these. So I put them in a big container so I can just grab. If I need a cup of bell pepper, there I go. A cup of celery, there I go. A cup of green onions, or 2 cups, whatever you need. And I put the lid on, and that way I can really spot this when I get in there for the holidays. I'll see y'all next time.